And our resident Minnesotan, Katie Steiner, is back home in frigid, frozen Minnesota for the big game, and she's showing us around some parts of Minneapolis.
And she doesn't have to go far from home to find it. Ice skating this time of year is huge, and in the last half hour, Katie took us to a public ice skating rink.
But can you believe that folks there will be flooding their backyards to create their own ice rinks? That's pretty cool.
Katie Steiner joins us live now to explain how it all works. And Katie, this is actually your uncle's house?
Yeah, this is my uncle's house, and this is my uncle's rink here with Uncle Tom. Thank you so much for joining us. So people in Louisiana think it's a little crazy that you flood your rink every single year. Why do you do it?
For fun. It's great to get the kids out and their friends and play hockey right here.
And so how do you flood a rink? What's the process like, start to finish?
Well, you can see right behind you, Katie, we've got a hose running from the house.
Right here.
So that's coming from outside faucet, which sometimes freezes up.
Yeah.
We fill up about 5 of these 50-gallon buckets. And I use to resurface ice, I use what's called a HIP method that I learned from Joey and Ronnie Nathy. And that involves taking all these buckets, filling them up, dumping them all at once, and you get this really nice, smooth ice at the end of that.
So where we are right now, we're actually in a third of a tennis court. So that's why you see the fences up. But what about the boards? How did you make the boards?
So the boards are sheets of plywood that just cut up in thirds and have put those around. And on one end, they're strapped to the fence. On the other end, I've made braces to hold them on to the other part of the tennis court so I can take those down at the end of the season.
So how long does this take from the first time that you flood until you can actually skate on it?
Yeah, it takes about 20 hours in a good year. So if I don't have leaking, there's been some hard years where it's been warmer, and that might be 30 hours, but it takes a little bit of time.
And when do you guys start flooding this rink?
Usually the first week of December. We get a good cold snap of 10 degrees or less or 0, and that's great to get things started.
So you actually like the cold weather?
I do. So does our dog if she shows up.
And my favorite part of this is the tennis ball Steiner there. That's very nice.
It is, and that's son Ben, whom you may see later, put that up, but he likes to play tennis.
And so you're a big Vikings fan. I know you're not thrilled about the Saints coming to town. Are they making you nervous? What are your thoughts about the game?
Frankly, I really like Drew Brees and Sean Payton and the way the Saints play. They're a team that definitely respect, and I think it should be a really good game. And of course, we're cheering for the team in purple.
And what do you think is going to happen? Do you have a prediction?
Well, I can't say on the New Orleans station, but I like the Vikings.
Do you have a score? You're a big sports fan. Come on.
27-24, and I'm willing to put money on it. So.
Wow, what are we betting? Are we gonna bet more than money?
I'll bet you a game of hockey.
Ooh, I'm gonna lose that though.
Yeah, you will. So that's okay.
Okay, guys, and coming up, we're going to do actually Saints versus the Vikings in a little shootout. That's coming up at 6:30. And I will tell you, I'm terrible at hockey. These guys are really good, so it's going to be pretty dreadful, I think.
Well, I've heard you're a better reporter than you are a hockey player, but I'm not sure if that's true, so we'll find out soon.
Well, we will be finding out soon. It's going to be interesting, but we'll send it back to you guys.
This is why you don't talk to your relatives on TV.
And so, Katie, will that be frozen until about June or July?
Yeah.
Oh, question. Is this going to be open until June or July? How long can you skate?
Don't we wish? If I had underwater, if I had a freezing system, sure, but it's usually mid-March, and then it starts to melt, and then we have a pool in the yard, so we swim in that then in March.
That's so
He's
fun.
joking. There's no pool here. It's just
Wonderland there.
Well, I hope he takes you in for some hot chocolate or something, Katie.
Yeah, and Katie, did you grow up ice skating?
It's actually not that bad.
Yeah, did you grow up ice skating? Does every member of the family ice skate and play hockey?
Yeah, so where you saw all of that ice skating on Christmas, that was here. We always do Christmas here, and all the boys can skate. But that tradition, you didn't start doing that tradition, what, 10 years ago?
Yeah, probably. So we started this rink 15 years or so ago, and I used to have 2 neighbors who were within about 200 feet that each had their rink, so we'd all be out here at middle of the night flooding, but it's been great for Christmas, and I still have some bruises from playing hockey from Christmas, so that's kind of my reminder of the holidays.
Yeah, so guys, I'm not a very good skater, but isn't this the most Minnesota thing you've ever heard?
It is.
Don't you
This is
know?
awesome.
We'll send it back to you.
Just bring out your Zamboni and clear off the rink and start skating. All right, Katie, thank you.